Executive Director of UNFPA DNA, Kheta. Excellencies, distinguished leaders, partners, and friends. Good evening and a warm namaste. It is a profound honor to stand before you at the World Health Summit among leaders, thinkers, and change makers united by one shared conviction. Women's health is not a side issue. It is the cornerstone of humanity's progress, prosperity, and future. As an actor and a newly turned producer in the Indian film industry, I've built my career telling stories. Stories that can make people laugh, cry, and sometimes see the world differently. Today, as UNFPA India's honorary ambassador for gender equality, I want to tell a story that belongs to all of us. The story of women's health. Because behind every statistic is a life. A mother, a daughter, a sister, a leader whose potential is lost because health systems have failed her. I was reminded of this so vividly at my conferment event in Mumbai as UNFPA India's honorary ambassador, where I met young women, young girls from Beed, a district in Maharashtra. Their personal experiences shook me to my core. These little girls were married off at the ages of 11, 12, 13, sometimes to men twice or even thrice their age. At 15, many of them had become mothers. Just imagine that. They endured immense suffering from abuse, discrimination, life-threatening health complications, and at the core of all of this, a complete loss of childhood. Listening to them, I felt a deep sense of heartbreak, but also outrage. Outrage that in the 21st century, girls are still denied their basic rights. Outrage that their bodies and their futures are decided already by someone else. But what inspired me most was not just their resilience, but their transformation. With the right support, access to healthcare, safe spaces, and very importantly, education, they were thriving. Their dignity restored, their voices strong, and their dreams alive. But what struck me the most was how universal were their hopes. They wanted what every girl in every nation desires: to live safely, to decide freely, to dream boldly, and to contribute meaningfully. Their resilience mirrors the quiet revolutions happening across India, where child marriage has halved in the last 2 decades, with the most significant progress seen amongst the disadvantaged households. That's great news, but the still numbers are high. These stories of courage, change, and possibility also echo across continents, from rural villages in Africa to refugee camps in the Middle East to undeserved communities here in Europe. Women everywhere share these same aspirations and unfortunately face the same barriers. I believe 3 key pillars are foundational to women's empowerment. First being inclusion. We often say nothing about her without her. Yet too often, decisions about women's health are still made without women at the table. Globally, women remain underrepresented in health research, in policy design, and in clinical trials. For too long, the default human body used to build medicine and health technologies has been, quite frankly, a man. And until the 1990s, women were routinely excluded from clinical trials, and drugs tested on men were prescribed to them without understanding their effects. And this is not a small oversight. It is a systemic failure. As someone who has studied engineering, I see it like building technology without testing half the inputs. I mean, the result is going to be unstable and destined to fail.